On July 27 this year, the total lunar eclipse that will be the second time this year will occur. However, there are those who claim that this red-black dying moon, blood moon, is the sign indicating the end of the world. We will tell from the articles on the English site Express dated June 24 and June 25. A half year ago, the first lunar eclipse of this year also overlapped supermoon where the moon approached closest to the Earth, and also the second full moon blue moon in that month. And globally as super blue blood moon, it became a big topic. The second total lunar eclipse of this year happens on July 27 and lasts for the longest 113 minutes of the century. There will be many people who actually saw it during the past lunar eclipse, but during the lunar eclipse, the moon changes color into red and black. There are people who insist that this is the sign of the end of the world. According to prominent American pastors, combined with the momentum of natural disasters around the world, the total lunar eclipse, blood moon, occurring in July is a sign of the apocalypse that the end of the world is approaching. It is based on the description in the Old Testament Joel chapter 2 verse 31. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. So then, they claim that the moon turning into blood color signifies that the end of the world told in the apocalypse will come. Frequently in overseas media, it is the end of the world this time, has been reported. For example, during the super blue blood moon half a year ago, Pastor Christian conspiracy theorist Paul Begley said, "We are living the last days. Super blue blood moon is a sign that predicts the end of the world." Also, in the latest YouTube video, Pastor Begley said, "This is a sign of the end. We are in the era of the apocalypse." This longest blood moon in the century occurs in the 70th year since Israel became a nation. It is happening in the same year also that Jerusalem has been declared the eternal city of God and that volcanoes have already been erupting in Hawaii and have been making the smoke, the ash, all of the plumes and the volcanic rivers flowing. In addition, Pastor Begley emphasizes two quotes from the Bible to prove his claim. The New Testament Luke chapter 21, verses 25 to 28, New International Version. "There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. On the earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. People will faint from terror, apprehensive of what is coming on the world, for the heavenly bodies will be shaken. At that time they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. When these things begin to take place, stand up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing near." The Old Testament Joel chapter 2, verse 31, New International Version. "The sun will be turned to darkness, and the moon to blood, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord." Pastor Begley continued, "It is unbelievable how the Bible represents these events occurring on the last day. In the Bible, it is said that the signs of the end are in the heavens and the earth. But science provides a much simpler explanation of all the claims at the terminal stage surrounding the blood moon. The blood moon is technically the same as a solar eclipse. When the moon passes the shadow thrown by the earth, it gets red shades. This strange effect is known as Rayleigh scattering. Rayleigh scattering removes the green and purple light bands in the atmosphere during a solar eclipse, leaving a red glow. The astronomical events such as a lunar eclipse and a supermoon are often said to be not only the end of the world shown in the apocalypse, but also precursors and triggers of major disasters such as earthquakes. Anyway, what we can do is only to prepare for that time.